This is Shockwave, scientific advisor to Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. And I am here to inform you that this video is intended for adult collectors only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis coming with you with another toy review video. And seeing as how we're coming upon the new year, I decided to go ahead and showcase what my better half had had given me, which is Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy's Shockwave. And this, is a massive figure, or at least for the box size anyway. But I think it's all due to all the little, all the other items that are in there. Now, he's pretty dark in here, and let's face it, the lighting's not helping much anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and take him out of the box. Showcase the box as well as the figure separately. So give me a moment to pull him out, and the words of Optibotimus, let's see how cool he really is. Alright folks, there he is outside the packaging, and all I can say is damn. I mean, if you look onto kick the stand, there we go. If you look on this side of the screen here, you can see Shockwave, and he looks so much like his G1 ancestor, the way he looked back in the day. Of course, if you look on this side here, you have his little battle platform, which is a pretty nifty little thing, especially if it's set up like this. Now, we're going to showcase pretty much almost every aspect of this video today. I've seen other video reviews where it showcases the robot mode, this battle platform, the complete spaceship mode, and as a matter of fact, there's a couple of other fan modes that's supposed to make up the gun. Now, I did find one that basically works pretty well for me. I'm also going to show you one that basically doesn't work as well as I think it should. So, let's go ahead and, since I have this out, let's go ahead and showcase this. So, as you can tell, thank God for the good lighting here, he's got some really good molded detail. Every part of the add-ons for this figure are being utilized in this floating battle platform that he has. Now, I think this is just my copy. This side's a little loose, so what I did to just give it a little bit more of a tightness, I went ahead and put some clear nail polish on there, so that way it can stay. Otherwise, this would be extremely loose. Now, it's loose as it is now. I may have to go back in, and as you can tell, right from this port, let's see, there you go. Where I put in the nail polish. So I may go ahead and splatter another coat and then just go from there. But I mean, it's an easy fix just to tighten that thing on here, and then just pop it in there. So right now it's got a good hold on it and everything else. This one, for some this end over here, it's got good tightness on there. But it's just this one. But I think that's just my copy. It's not indicative of the whole run of this figure. But like I said, this is a pretty good battle platform like that, and you can pretty much use it as a battle drone, especially if you're going to display it. So I'm going to put this off to the side here, and I'm going to show off what we really wanted to show off: the main man. Lobo. No, just kidding. Shockwave. And there we go. And as you can tell, I know the light's a little bright. You know, that's another thing I need to go ahead and do is get me some good lighting setups. I'm looking after the new year of getting some backdrop displays, you know, from Toy Hacks, because they do got some really good ones, you know, just so I can be able to show this off. And I may go ahead and get me a couple of lamps, so that way the light will be a little bit even and not as harsh. So sorry about that. But as you can tell, he's got some clear plastic which shows off the inside here. And right now it's mostly, can I be able to? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to reflect that. Sorry, folks. But, you know, as you can tell, he's got some really good molded detail. Right there in his feet, his hands. Now, if I remember correctly, I think Patriot Prime wound up getting an upgrade kit, which gives a clear plastic, you know, laser barrel as well as his hands. I may go ahead and get me a set of those. I mean, I like the hands as they are, but again, you know, going by G1, this was supposed to be clear, so was this, and I think it's mostly for the lighting effects. But considering there's no lighting effects for this figure, you know, we have to use our imagination. Though I do see that there is a translucent, or I should say some light piping for the eye. So, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and turn off the light, and I'm gonna see about showing that off. Hang on. So here is the light piping, and as you can tell, there we go, right there. So you can see it's got some really good light piping. Now I've had this for the past few days, because this was originally a Christmas gift from my better half. So I've had this on my desk displaying, and you know, the overhead lighting, you know, at my work, pretty much hit the back of his head, or yeah, the top of his head very, very well. And as you can tell, I mean, you see that glowing yellow eye right there. So ominous. All right, so let's go ahead, and before we do anything, I'm going to show off the packaging. As you can tell, boom. You know what? Let me get these guys out of the way. So there we go. Okay, so the packaging, as you can tell, it's got the traditional, you know, stamped, you know, visage for Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy. On the side, you have Decepticon Shockwave S14 WFC S14. That is his, I guess, his dog tag number. Right? And so again, you have, you know, on the bottom, you know, Hasbro, red stamped, you know, Transformers, Generations, Takara Tomy. This big old window that shows off the a different type of flag. I guess this is like for sciences and stuff. And then of course you have boom, that awesome artwork, and damn. So you can tell this is the mad scientist, very cold, analytical. Now, here's the thing. For anyone that's been a Transformers fan for as long as I have, especially like, you know, like, you know, for those of us that really grew up with it when it first came out in 1984, we know that there's two sides, in a way, to Shockwave. In the cartoon, he was very cold, analytical, loyal, just like Soundwave. You know, granted, he was the keeper of Cybertron in a way, because that was the position that Megatron had put him before they took off to go after the Ark. However, in the Marvel comic book, it even states that when they first crash landed, they said that one of their Midas, was not there. And then later on, you see Megatron recapping that Shockwave stayed behind on their ship, as a backup capacity. But Megatron said that even then, he suspected that Shockwave was wanting to absurd his command. Now in the limited 4-issue miniseries that Marvel put out, that was true. Shockwave wound up not only being revived, but wound up basically defeating the Autobots and then observing Megatron's command. So that was what was happening. Now eventually, though, Megatron was able to regain command of the Decepticons. However, Shockwave apparently was no more. I'm trying to see if I can find the original Marvel run and pretty much reread those again. I mean, granted, a lot of shit has happened with Transformers in the comic world, mostly because of the storylines that involve Shockwave. I mean, Jesus, he done some really twisted shit to where we discovered that a lot of the beliefs that the Transformers held was basically just malarkey, that was put together by Shockwave. So that led to a lot of, especially with Primes, or with Optimus in general, that's where it wound up being where it's like, what do you believe in when you find out the very thing that you believed in all your life was nothing more than a bunch of bullshit? What do you do from then? But you know what? I'm getting too philosophical on this, if that's what you want to call it. So let's go ahead and continue on. So anyway, so we were concentrating on the artwork. Great artwork on this. I love it. The other side has, the traditional artwork. Now, I think there's some new artwork, especially with the Earthrise series of toys, which is the second part of the For Cybertron Trilogy. So, I want to definitely check that out too. Again, I wish that Hasbro went ahead and put the put this artwork as part of a long poster. I mean, honestly, this would sell. So we're gonna come back here and we're gonna see the product shots of both Shockwave armored up, his spaceship mode, and him on the combat platform. So it's great. Now, if you notice on the bottom left or right, however you're seeing it, you see a picture of Ultra Magnus there. Again, this is a Leader class figure. So Ultra Magnus was the same. So when I saw both of them in stores at the time, I really couldn't afford it. But now I've got Ultra Magnus. Now I have Shockwave. So I'll probably do a size comparison, see how they scaled out. but pretty much the boxes were about the same size. The cost was about the same size. I mean, when this is a $50 toy, though. Of course, honestly, I don't think it deserved that high of a price. I think it's because of all the add-on parts. Of course, you have it in a spaceship mode. Why? Because all the rules have changed when it came down to Transformers and their in the forms that they can transform into guns and stuff. But it's okay to transform into a battle platform or a tank, which is what Megatron is now. But the thing about it is that, especially with the Earthrise line, we see Optimus, or at least I've seen pictures and reviews of Optimus where he's in his G1, Mack truck mode. I'm hoping that they do the same. They give the same treatment to Megatron, where they go ahead and put him in his G1 Walther's P38 mode. So we'll see what happens from that. Something tells me they're going to wind up just giving him a tank mode, whatever the case may be. And I'm pretty sure it'll be good. But me personally, especially with this second part of that trilogy, I definitely want to see his original G1 mode. But again, that's just me. Anyway, going back to Shockwave. I know, I'm bouncing back and forth, so I do apologize. So going back to Shockwave, we see, where, again, he's in his regular G1 mode, using the platform as a battle accessory. You see him merged with the battle platform on here, and go again his spaceship mode. Now, like I mentioned earlier, there are a couple of fan mods or fan forms that have been put out there. I'm going to go ahead and showcase one of those. One that I feel is more indicative on that. So, let me go ahead and move this out of the way, bring the figure, and we'll go ahead and do some real review. Okay, folks, there he is, and I like the way he's set up. I'm going to see if I can try and find a flight stand so I can have him, just floating around like so, right above. Again, it is a different type of mod, but it's not all that bad. Like I said, I'd like to go ahead and get a flight stand, actually do some setups, with either the backgrounds, or go outside and actually do some shots like that, which I may do, just to show it off outside. So let's go ahead and take him off here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and concentrate on the figure. Now, in this particular case, there we go. He's really dark, so I'm trying to go ahead and see about just brightening that up without turning on the flash from the actual camera. So as you can tell, he does have some swivel in his wrist, so of course with his laser it doesn't happen, but this one does. It does have a swivel right here. He's got a bicep swivel here. His arm can bend about 90 degrees. His shoulders can rock back and forth, as you can tell. Let me get my fat fingers out of the way. His arm can even go up that way. Now the swivel up here is mostly due to transformation, but still, you can still utilize that. His head is on a ball joint. He can't really go 360, but he can do left, right, a tilt, and kind of look down a bit. He can't really look up because of this back piece back here. And he does have a waist rotation here. His legs can go up almost 90 degrees, and you can hear that nice ratchet. Oh, that is nice. You can kick back, almost the same. He does have a type of thigh rotation here. He can bend at about almost 90 degree. And of course he's got an ankle tilt here. So now let's see here. Oh, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and transform him into, well, actually no, not yet. We're not going to transform him into a spaceship mode yet. What we're going to do is we're going to add on the armor. So for this, we're going to take this battle platform and go ahead and start separating them from the sides here. Now, once those are off, these pieces that are going to be put on for his legs, you can just untab them here, and they are held. I'm going to try, there you go. So you can tell there are like ports right here, but it's held right here at this port by this post right here. Yeah, if you can see that right there. So we're going to do the same thing with the other one. And come on, let go. And let's try and, there we go. It's kind of tight on certain ones. So now you have, oops, sorry. So now you have just this big old hollow piece. Now this is pretty much going to go to the very front of the, of the figure when in battleship mode. But we're not doing battleship mode as of yet. This is going to go towards the back. Now we're going to go ahead and open that up here. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back right here. So this is going to go right overhead. And oh, I almost forgot. So there is a, let's see, I'm going to try and see. Okay, so alright, so there is a post or port right here. There's a post right here. Yeah, right there. Where his hand is pointing at. And that port is going to come right over here. So, one up. And that's going to snap right in there. Now, there we go. Now, on the other side, because of this hose, you got to make sure that this is out of the way when you put this in here. Now, this is just going to go ahead and lay right there on the other side for right now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put these. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put these fins. I'm going to put them underneath. So, boom, right underneath the foot. I'm going to do the same with the other one. There we go. And of course, it's going to go ahead, and this one's going to go on this foot. And as you can tell, there is a big old port right there. There's a post right here in the middle. See? And that's going to snap right in there, or at least slide in there. There we go. And we're going to do the same with the other. Oh, one other thing I did forget. There's also a type of tab back here. So that's going to just go over there. So now, we got this mode. Or, it's getting close. It's getting close. You can see it. You can see it. Can you see it? I can see it. Now, we got these. Now, from the box art, we pretty much know what's going to happen in this case. Let's see here. So it's just going to. So we got this. This is going to. Oops, sorry, folks. I'm over here. So got this. Originally it was like that. So we move this arm right here. We twist it so it folds out. And using this, using this post right here, it's gonna go on the port right here on the shoulder. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and close that up. So there's that port right here, this post on here, and that's just gonna slide right in there. And there we go. And we're gonna do the same for the other one. Not much of a difference. And alright, so okay, so just trying to get things situated. There we go. Yeah, posing a figure right in the middle of a review. Yay. So all right, there we go. Now, and let's zoom in just a little here. There we go. And there he is, He's still the same figure, except he's got weaponized feet, weaponized shoulders, and a bigger backpack. That's pretty much about it. Honestly, it's just to weaponize the figure. It's not really all that much of a big thing. Honestly, I'm not really liking this particular mode. I think it's just due that it's just way too much. Especially in this. I mean, yeah, it's just too much. Like I said, I'm not liking this mode. I don't think I was ever a fan of it when I've seen the previews of it. The spaceship mode, it was okay. The battle platform, that was cool. But this is just a hot purple robotic mess. So, we'll go ahead and take all this off, and yeah. Off you go. Come on. Let go. Yeah, like I said, it's not one of my favorite modes, and it's going to be a rare thing I ever display this figure with this on. So now that that's taken off, now of course, because I myself never had a G1 Shockwave, I may go ahead and see if I can remedy that and do a comparison review between the two. But for right now, I like this one. I've seen the Hasbro Selects version, through other reviewers, so I may go ahead and get that one as well, just to have a different variation. But let's go ahead and move on. So we've already done the armored up Shockwave. Not, like I said, not one of my favorites. And we've also seen him on his battle platform. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and transform him into his battle cruiser mode. Now, that is where these extra pieces actually shine in a way. In addition to that hovering battle platform mode, that made these extra pieces shine. That was awesome because he's got a battle platform that he can be able to fire off Decepticon, or I should say Autobots from. But in addition, that spaceship mode. Now, of course, I know people are going to say, it's like, well, he didn't have a spaceship mode. That's true. But this is a reimagining, folks. It gives you new ideas of how to go ahead and develop the canon. of a long time franchise like Transformers. So, I like the spaceship mode. I myself even said that, oh no, man, he's supposed to be a gun. The same thing they did with Six Shot. They did with Shockwave here, and of course with Megatron, giving him a different mode, and because he, did the tank mode for quite a number of years, it's become almost second nature now. But anyway, so now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and transform him. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to open up his chest. Make sure that head is in there. Perfect. Let's just fold that down. And let's go ahead and pop, close him up. Boom! He's headless. He's a headmaster. No, not really, folks. That'd be cool though, but I don't think I would have gone for it all that much. So now we're going to go ahead and move the arms up like so. We're going to move the other arm up like so. Boom. There we go. Now, almost forgot. Sorry. Okay, so we need to disconnect. Oops. Keep on getting out of frame. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. There we go. Alright, so we need to go ahead and move this backpack up. So we need to come on. There we go. Alright, so now we gotta go ahead and why are you fighting with me? This is one of the things that I have really big problems with is there we go. Okay, so yeah, this thing is really tight, so it makes it hard. So once we pull the backpack up, we gotta pull this top portion up, and then the sides. Oh yeah, no, there's nothing for the sides. I thought that was something for the sides. But we gotta move these arms open, and we gotta slide this down just a bit, like that. And that's where we're gonna go ahead and slide that in here. So, just for those that missed it, because I was too damn close. So once we have this all opened up like it is now, we're going to slide this down just a bit, and we're going to slide the hands on either side of this purple portion here, this triangular post that sticks out. Now, once that's on there, I gotta go ahead and disconnect this hose like that, and then there is that little. There you go. For those that can see it, there's that port right in the middle, and there is a square peg right here. So that is going to snap right there. Boom. Now, one thing that is on there is there is a landing skid, and it is in there. So you would need to have some really good nails, or you can use the edge of this little port right there, and just slide that in, and then just boom. Damn it! Sorry, folks. I'm trying to keep things in frame here. So okay, so there's that port right there. Using your finger or your nail, just pull that up just a bit. Once you got some clearance right here, you're able to go ahead and just pull on the bottom of the skid here, pull that up, and then it folds like so. And there you go, you got a landing skid. Alright, so now we got this portion done. Now, what to do with this hose, you gotta go ahead and plug that in over here, I think. Well, you know what? No worries. I'll figure it out on the way. As my good buddy, or I should say, as my good friend Buddy has told me it's a great accomplishment when you're able to transform a transformer without instructions. However, this is true if I had just opened this figure up and didn't have, like a few days to play with it originally. That would be true. But I cheated and I used the instructions. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and on the sides here, I'm going to go ahead and open those up. And we're going to slide the leg down like so. As you can tell, that kind of snaps in. Oh, one thing I did forget to do. Shoot. So we're going to turn the leg around like so. Then we're going to... Okay, god damn it. Alright, so sorry folks, I'm trying to keep things, where everything is being seen. So there we go. So now that we twisted the legs, we're going to go ahead and slide the leg in here in this empty spot. And there we go. Come on. Damn it. Hold on. Blast it. Why are you fighting with me? Okay, never mind. It's supposed to be like this. Alright, so instead of twisting that around. So we're going to go ahead and do the same with the other leg. I'm going to twist it around like so. We're going to go ahead and slide it like we did before. Like that. Now, there is... Okay, now, these two pieces that were opened up, they actually tab in together. Like so. And these legs back here are going to tab in with this little post right here into the slot on the other side. So I'm going to slide that in there. Come on, thank you. Ugh. Now, this portion is going to slide right into that slot that you can see there, like that. So, if you haven't figured it out already, as a matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and give you a sneak preview. Remember that gun mode that I was telling you about? This is one that... This is the one that I will use in this case. So you put the hose right here, and you have your G1 stylized version of Seed Shockwave. Because basically his legs are supposed to fold in here, his backpack is supposed to extend here. But the way it's transformed now, it's totally different. So, hang on. I'm going to reorient the camera so you can get a long view. Alright, so there he is. Like so. And like this, I like it. I really do. Now, there's another fan mode that I have seen other people do it, where they have this center section split up on either side, and they have the legs out like that. This is their own variation, and no, I do not like it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it like that. Again, as MGO normally says, it's your toy, you display it how you want. But if you're going to go for a G1 inspired Shockwave, you're just basically placing the battleship mode upside down, and like that. No extra bits or anything else. This is the G1 inspired version. Okay, so I was going to show this last, but considering that it was already on here, I figured, what the hell, let me go ahead and just do it now. But like I said, it's not bad. It's very, very reminiscent of the OG one, the way he transformed and everything. So that it's pretty awesome in this case. Like I said, his backpack, normally in the G1 version, unlatches from the back and comes out. So, I like it. If I actually had him displayed like this, where his barrel was on top of the battle platform holding him up. So if I wind up doing this again, I definitely am going to go ahead and get a flight stand to where it will hold him up, and that would be his floating spaceship mode. I mean his floating gun mode. But let's go ahead, unhook this. We're going to come back here, put the landing skid down like we did before, and we're going to turn this around. So now there's going back to the battleship mode. There's still more here. Now on either side, you got these little flaps here, and you can do the same thing on the other side. Whoa, sorry folks, I'm still trying to keep this blasted thing in frame. So there we go. So now you have at least the bridge already done. Again, we're not done yet because we still have a lot to add on. Now we're gonna go ahead and we got this piece here. We got to connect it here. Now for that, we got to flip this upside down so these turns will be on the bottom. And we're gonna go ahead, and there is a let's see here. Sorry folks, let's get that out of the way. So there you go. There is a port right there, and there is a very, very small slot right here that's going to snap into there. So that's what we're going to do right now. Try and keep you in frame. And come on, work with me. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Jeez. Alright. And of course, because of the positioning, these turrets do not go flush down. They're at an angle. But, again, one other thing I forgot to mention. So, in addition to... damn it to hell. In addition to this port right here, or this post, there is another post. It's kind of small. It's right here. Right here. And apparently, so in addition, you got two places to lock this piece in. So you got it. Come on, focus. Jesus, man. So you got that. Yes, I'm getting frustrated, folks. I'm sorry. So you got that port. I mean that port right here. You also have another port right here. So give me a moment. I want to go ahead and try this again. Slide that in. Come on, don't stop giving me grief. Thank you. Alright, so that portion is done. Now we're going to go ahead and slide this over. And this one should be a lot more simpler because we're not fighting with it. I haven't had to fight with a stinking transformer since Hornet, that third-party gold bug that I got while I was still in the hospital. And for those that keep up with my video reviews, check it out, because believe me, at the end I was not all that happy. But then he became one of my favorites, so it was sad that I had to give him up. So now that this front portion is on there, we're able to go ahead and put this hose onto this port right there. So slide that on there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add on these side pieces. I'm going to put him right here. So these pieces. So we gotta go ahead and move. Sorry, shit. Alright, folks. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this piece. We're going to put the arm back the way it was and just slide that in there. Now, using this port here, we're going to go ahead and slide that into the post right here. Oh yeah, hold on. In addition, I don't know if anyone saw it before, in addition, there's also a slot right here for this slot right here, so stay tight. There we go, like that. Boom. Now we're going to do the same on the other side, so we're going to go ahead and put this like that, and then we're going to connect it together, and boom. Okay, now one thing you want to go ahead and do is make sure these are kind of evened out like so, and as you can tell, we are almost done, at least with this mode. Now the last thing we need to do is to go ahead and utilize these pieces. Now remember those fins that I had before on here. I'm going to go ahead and pull those back out, and for someone with nails this is pretty simple. For someone that don't have nails, where I have this bad habit of just chewing them down to the actual nub, yeah, not so much. So there is a port right here, and on the side right here there is a post, so we're going to just slide that in there and like that. There we go. Now one thing that I did forget to mention, in addition, for anyone that hadn't seen it, there's like a small mini port right there, and there is a small tab right here where my finger is pointing. So we're going to go ahead and make sure those are aligned, and there we go. Alright, so lower this blessed thing down. There we go. Alright, folks. There we go. And there he is in spaceship mode. Now I have to say, you know, when I first saw the pictures, you know, of the spaceship mode, well, hell, actually no, what really I didn't like was that armored up mode. I mean, it was just way too busy. It didn't make sense for him to have an additional armor. I would understand, you know, if that was how he was originally, but again, yeah. Now the add-on pieces, like for the hover tank, I mean the hover platform, as well as the spaceship, yeah, those pieces go well for it. And as you can tell, this is a pretty good, pretty boss, you know, spaceship. I mean, you can actually see this, you know, coming into battle. And I mean, wow, yeah. I'm gonna try and zoom in on it. I mean, you see it from the very beginning, right at the beginning. You know, this is a ship that's gonna do some major damage. I mean, this front portion, it kind of reminds me, not exactly, but sort of like the weapon that the Yamato used in Space Battleship Yamato. So I can see that. And then of course the add-on weaponry on the other side of the main cannon, yeah. Then of course, you know, his plasma platforms, his weapons array. Yeah, I can actually see this ship doing some major damage to Autobot forces or cities. So I mean, like I said, this is this is a pretty fucking boss mode right here. You know, honestly, I mean, woo, too close. There we go. So I mean, yeah, I am seeing this. I'm loving this. You know, this is basically, this is a pretty good Decepticon, battleship. And this, in this case for Shockwave, this is a good mode to have, especially with all the add-on pieces. Yeah, this is good for him in this mode. Again, when all the extra pieces make up the the battle the battle platform for him, yeah, that's good. But having that all added onto his shoulders and feet, yeah, no, not so much. But all right, so give me a moment. I want to go ahead and get him transformed again. And I'm going to go ahead and bring out Magnus, and we'll do a size-by-size comparison, and I'll give you my final thoughts shortly after that. Alright, so there he is with unarmored Magnus, and as you can tell, they do scale pretty well with each other. Now, of course, with I'll go ahead and zoom out just a bit here. So with like say Optimus as well as Megatron, they have a good scaling in terms of its size. Now you're probably saying, well, why isn't Magnus? Well, it's because why isn't Magnus scaling up with Optimus? It's due to the fact that right now Magnus is a little bit back, and then of course Megatron was always a bigger bot to begin with. So especially when you have them side by side, Megatron is a little bit larger. But nonetheless, they do have a sense of scale between them all. So let me get rid of Optimus and Megs. And I'm going to go ahead and armor Magnus up to get a bit more scale. And then after that, I'll do my final thoughts. Okay, so there he is. As you can tell, Shockwave is utilizing his battle platform just to have a bit of height. And honestly, I like him in his battle platform. Of course, if you were to take him off the battle platform, and if I can take him off of there, come on, there you go. You can tell that, height-wise, they're not exactly to scale. But, of course, this is, Magnus is a lot more larger, taller, beefier type of bot to begin with. So I'm going to go ahead and put on, the not so favorite armored bit. Have Shockwave with his armored up mode, and then we'll go ahead and do my final thoughts on that. All right, so as you can tell, the armor or the armor add-on basically gives Shockwave a bit of height. But again, like I said before, this is not my favorite mode, with the extraneous add-ons and stuff for Shockwave. So I'm going to go ahead and put him back. Then we're going to do our final thoughts on this. Alright, so there they are. Once again, I put Shockwave back on his battle platform this time. Okay, my final thoughts. To loosely quote Patriot Prime, is Siege Shockwave should you have that as part of your collection? If you are collecting the Siege line, yes, you should have him as part of your collection. He is a fucking badass, in robot mode, in spaceship mode, and of course my own personal favorite, when you take off all the extraneous add-on pieces from the spaceship mode and you put them upside down, you have a very good representation of his G1 gun mode. Like I said before, there's some good things that I like about the figure. There's some things that I don't like about the figure. The extra pieces that make up his battle armor, I'm not a fan of that. And I'm sorry, folks, I'm not going to be going with the crowd. This is my toy review. I am going to say what I feel about it. That add-on kit is just way too messy, but, those extra pieces that make up his, his hovering battle platform or drone or whatever the case may be, that works well. When transformed into his spaceship mode, that works fucking well. But that other mode with all that battle armored up, no, doesn't work. Not, at least not for me. I'm glad I was able to go ahead and get this, babe. I thank you. Because it was rare that I was able to find this one. Me and my girl were at Walmart, and she asked me, what do you want for Christmas? And I told her, so let's see what they have in Transformers. And lo and behold, there was that. And she's like, "Do you want it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So that's what I got for Christmas. And I love her for it. This was awesome. So it's a great figure. It looks good on the shelf. What I'm going to pretty much do, and I think I said this in the last video, in this coming year, I'm going to try and have at least a background setup, so where you're not seeing, the white of a of a light box that's starting to fall apart, or the wall. I looked on Toy Hacks for their displays, and so I may go ahead and get me one of those or two of those, Autobot Decepticons, even for a background as well. And definitely I want to go ahead and get at least a couple of lamps to even out the lighting. So, now, I think something I mentioned this previously. If memory serves me right, Patriot Prime did go ahead and do a review of an add-on kit for Siege Shockwave, which shows a more clear plastic gun barrel as well as hands, because that become really more reminiscent of G1. But again, it's because of the fact that there were light-up features in the original G1. But again, I like what I'm seeing on here, but just to go ahead and just have that more nostalgic feel for the figure, I may actually get me a set of those. So if I do, I'll pretty much do an add-on kit review for that. So if anyone out there who is watching this video, like, share, subscribe to this video, leave your comments in the comment section down below. Ring that bell notification so you'll know when the next video is coming up and what it's about. Like I was saying, I'm trying to be more and more proactive when creating the videos. So right now I'm just pretty much doing the Transformer Siege line. But at the same time, I have reviewed, like the G1 reissue, Starscream and Hot Rod at one point. I was originally, I did do an unboxing for MP36, but seeing as how I've long since sold that, I may go ahead and look into getting a replacement for that, either the actual MP36, or I may get infinite transformations, Megatron for that. So I'll see what happens on that. But again, I got a lot more figures in my collection. I do have some Star Wars figures. I think I did review Jaina Solo, which was a great figure. I still have her. I also have Hera Syndulla, as well as, and I got this recently, wound up getting Chopper and the Black Label versions. So I want to see about getting or reobtaining, Kanan, Ahsoka, and of course, oh my fucking god, are you serious? I'm going brain dead here. And the kid. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna call him the kid because I can't remember his damn name. But once I have those, I'm hoping that Hasbro will put out a Black Label version of Zeb, and perhaps Callus. So Ezra, there we go, Ezra Bridger, the kid. Okay, I'm hoping to go ahead and have at the very least the Bridge crew. I mean the Ghost crew. And try and get those, and I'll be reviewing those as well. So there's a lot to look forward this coming year. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section down below. I know I've been saying this. I need to go ahead and go back and put my my P.O. box information on the bottom. So if there's anyone out there that wants me to review a figure or whatever the case may be, the P.O. box information will be in the description of the video down below. So now before I go, I want to, because more than likely I am going to go ahead and post this up on New Year's Eve. So if nothing else, I want to wish everyone out there a safe and enjoyable New Year's. Be safe out there. Okay? And I look forward to seeing you all on the next video. I am going to go ahead and see about making, a live video in the future, as well as doing, toy hunts, or doing a live video while at conventions, and just to go ahead and introduce myself to those that watch toy reviews on YouTube and whatnot. So sorry folks. So right now I had laced my apartment with aluminum foil because at certain times of the day the sun comes in here and it cooks up like a frickin' oven. So this was a trick that my sister had used. She wrapped cardboard around some aluminum foil and she just pasted it to her window. However, there's still some cracks, so the wind is blowing through, and that little crinkly sound that you hear in the background, if you're able to hear it, that's what that's all about. So anyway, so again, this is Siege, War for Cybertron Trilogy's Shockwave, and this is Phoenix Draconis, and I'm going to be catching you all next year on the flip side. Peace.